Hi, I'm Angie. I want to welcome you to National Indoor RV Centers, where we specialize in the sales, storage, service, and detailing of only high-end new and used coaches. So basically, we do it all. Hi, I'm Angie with National Indoor RV Centers, and today I'm so excited to show you the new 2023 Newmar King Aire. Lots of new floor plans this year, new exterior graphics and colors, so we have a lot to go through. Now, just a few little things about National Indoor RV Centers. Wanted to let you know that we do custom orders on all these coaches if you'd like, or we have some that are in stock as well. Give us a call. One of our RV lifestyle specialists is ready and waiting to help you build your custom coach or find one that we have on the lot. Now, as I go through the video, I'm going to go around the outside, then I'll go to the inside. If you want to skip ahead and go to a certain point of the coach, I've got chapters listed below. So just click on the chapter, see what time that's at, and you can go right to that time. And then remember, I do these videos so that you'll come and check us out at National Indoor RV Centers. So we really want to have customers for life and take care of you for the full time that you RV. In storage, service, paint and body, sales, you name it, we will take care of you and be there for you. So let's check out the front cap of the King Aire. First of all, I love the King Aire is boldly written across the top. Of course, if I'm buying a King Aire, I want everyone to know what I'm driving. I think it's beautiful. And then you've got that enormous windshield that you get to see this beautiful country through. So I love that. One of the things that Newmar does, I'm going to try to point out some of the things that they do differently, is that they mount their windshield automotively. So there's no big gasket that holds the windshield in place. It's very sleek and pretty. You'll also notice another thing that you don't see here is windshield wipers. They're tucked inside this front cap. So it just gives it that nice, sleek look, clean lines. I love it. If you start at the top of the front cap, you're going to see the marker lights, and then in the center, you're going to have your first camera. That's going to give you your 360 camera, bird's eye view when we're driving. Also, you can flip through those cameras when you're driving or when you're in the campground to see what's outside. Now, straight down in the middle of the windshield is a rectangle box. That's your mobile eye. That's lane departure, street sign detection, speed limit detection, and you can turn those on to different degrees, or you can disable some of them too if you don't like all that. But Newmar's packing in things that are standard that will give you more safety as you go down the road. So you've got the mobile eye for lane departure, you've got on-guard collision mitigation, adaptive cruise control, electronic stability control, independent front suspension, comfort drive, lots of things that we're going to cover today. In response to customers, Newmar has given us another safety feature. So customers wanted a brighter headlight. So we have Silver Star Ultra headlights, brighter headlights, brighter low beams, high beams, you name it, you're going to be able to see better as you're going down the road in the 2023 King Aire. Our first marker light for the passenger side of the coach and the second marker light. Then just above that, we've got our flagpole holder. Now this is an optional feature, so if you want to fly the American flag or your favorite football team or your, just your own flag that has your family name on it, that's great, kind of a fun feature. Then below that, we've got our first blind spot monitor for the passenger side of the coach. As we move to the front door, lots to talk about here. First of all, note the beautiful windows and just how sleek they look again. We've got the dual pane tinted windows throughout this coach. And then we've got several ways that we can get into our coach. So we can obviously just use our key fob here by unlocking the coach. We can use the key, and then we have the keyless pad here. I love that option just because it gives you an opportunity to let people into your coach when you're not there. For service, or if you've got your family coming to visit, you can let them in, or someone needs to borrow some eggs, that's what I'd be coming over for, because I'm making cookies, of course. I also like on the keypad that you have the doorbell, and then you've got this little camera right here. So this is really cool. You only get this in the King Aire, but a security camera, you can see who's at your door. I love that, especially when you're back in the shower or back in the bathroom getting ready, you can see who's at the front door. Now, if you look just above, you'll see that we have our Girard power door entry awning, and then we have the patio light. And then we've got the nice handlebar here that lights up. It's really pretty. Oh, another thing that I've failed to mention is that we've got the diamond shield across the front cap. You can kind of see here where it ends. That's going to protect your paint. And then you've also got it around these high entry areas. So around your lock and around the door handle. Again, that's going to protect the paint job. And speaking of paint jobs, let's talk a little bit about Newmar's paint job. It's phenomenal. You can run your fingers across the paint colors and you don't feel the transition. That's because they start with 2 coats of base and then the skin color, which is your top color, 3 coats of the skin, and then at least 2 coats of every other color. So you've got 10 plus coats of paint on here. And then they do 5 coats of clear and 5 stages of cut and buff. And that's what gives you that amazing, literally no transition as you run your fingers down the paint. Now this is the Merlot exterior paint and it's the classic. So you have a classic graphic and then a contemporary graphic and you have 5 different colors in each. So 10 different colors that you can choose from. And then you can always come to National Indoor RV Centers where we're happy to help you customize your paint color. So for a small fee, you can, let's say on this coach, you want it to be more like fire engine red where the red is, or if you wanted it to be blue, we can change that out, or you can change all 4 colors. Same fee, whether you change 1 color or all 4. Newmar will give you a rendition of what the coach will look like with your new colors. We've got tens of all the paint colors for 2023 and 2022, and probably either further back because we get them every year, but we can help you totally customize the paint color of your coach if that's something you want to do. The King Aire comes on the Michelin 365 tires, so you've got a wider tread and 365 in the front, 315 in the rear. You get the Alcoa rims with the Dura-Bright, so you don't have to polish them. Just keep them clean, they're gonna look great. Now, one thing I wanna talk to you about, since we're talking about tires, is I think a must-have is Retroband. It's your spare within your tire. We sell it exclusively at National Indoor RV Centers, and I'm telling you, it's a game changer, and it gives you great peace of mind when you're driving. When you've got your loved ones in the coach, you want to make sure you're safe. In the event of a front end blowout, first of all, your coach isn't going to drop as much because the Retroband actually sits a couple inches above your rim, so your rim's not going to touch the pavement, which is usually what causes you to lose control of the coach. And you're going to be able to pull off to the side of the road. You're going to be able to pull off to the exit. We've got version 2 out now, so give us a call and we can get that installed for you today. We also installed a lot of the FMCA rallies, our AIM rallies. We bring our crew there and we can do that for you at those events as well, as long as we get you scheduled in. And speaking of safety, Newmar is packed in one more thing. So say you did have a front end blowout. It doesn't happen very often. We don't like to think about it, but a lot of times this tread will come off if you don't have the Retroband. And then you've got your fuel line right behind that. So that could be in danger. Newmar does something. They put in a steel compartment to protect that fuel line. So another safety feature built in. Now here is our fuel fill for our 165 gallon diesel fuel tank. This is for the passenger side. We can also fill up on the driver's side. And then we have our first docking light for the passenger side of the coach and our third marker light. So one of the things I love about the King Aire, because they were like the first to do it, was these push button doors. Push button doors, they pop out. You don't have to slam them. They're like fantastic. Also, as I go to the first baggage compartment, wanted to point out the stainless steel trim. That's one of those optional features. So again, when you speak with your RV lifestyle specialist at National Indoor RV Centers, we can let you know what comes standard on the King Aire and what comes optional. We typically always put that stainless steel package on because I just think it looks beautiful, plus it protects the bottom of your baggage compartment. So let's do the push button, see how that just gently pops open, and then look at that big storage area. Newmar has changed the lining inside the baggage compartments. I think they did this back in 21, but it's more of a marine grade product. So it's mold resistant, water resistant, and I just think it looks nice. And then it's not so slick, so everything's not going to slide around in this compartment. And then we've got a really nice, huge compartment. And this is one that you probably get into the most because it's right by the front door, right by your campsite, by the picnic table, everything that you're doing outdoors. So look how big this is. We also have been given a couple extra inches of height in our baggage area. So let's go from the entrance to this compartment is about 31.5 inches. And then it is 27 inches deep and about 51, 52 inches in length. So I mentioned that you're actually getting 2 extra inches of height in your baggage compartment. So they've styled this more like the Newmar baggage compartment. So you actually have your chassis rail, then you have your R42 insulation wrap and your subfloor, and then it goes into, and you actually have more insulation than you had before. So you're getting 2 extra inches of storage and more insulation. So it's a bonus all the way around. A lot of times you'll see the exterior freezer here. They've moved that back to the coach to give you access to this big compartment here. Next compartment, we have the powered pass-through tray. This is standard on the King Aire. You'll note as it comes out that we've got some extra tiles here. We've got some tools here. I'll take it all the way out so you can see how far it goes. We've got some tools here. If ever you had a slide room that wouldn't go in, we can walk you through how to do that manually. So that's what these tools are for. We also have the central vac hoses here. So that's what you're seeing on this tray. Another thing that I like about this tray is that it's got this flip down lip. So I know a lot of my customers keep a big heavy toolbox with everything they need on one of these trays, and they can pull it out really easily, slide it on and off there if need be, or even just to load stuff. It's a nice feature. You have 18 inches of pass-through storage. It's good to know that they've put this extra shelf there because that's where the chassis rail would stop your pass-through storage anyway. That height, from the bottom of the chassis rail to the bottom of your tray here is 18 inches. So they just added this extra shelf, which I actually love because it gives you opportunity to store, this is just more stuff. Otherwise, it's kind of wasted space. So I love that they've added that extra tray there for you. Now, I also want to show you, I've got my remote here for my Girard awnings. They're integrated into the side, so it's a very bus-like look on the King Aire. And this is super easy to use. You can lock it, you can unlock it, you can change the channels. So I'm gonna walk you through. 0 will bring out your entry door awning, your first awning, and your second Girard awning. 1 will just bring out your first awning, 2 is your second awning, 3 is just for your entry door. So I want them all to come out together, so I'm just gonna hit the out button, and you'll see that everything's coming out together. So then you can use the light button here. So if it's evening time, you can turn on and light the whole edge of all of your awnings. So just really easy, on and off. It's great that you have the remote, but if you happen to misplace it or can't find it, which constantly happens to me, you also have a panel inside your coach that you can do exact same functions with. Now that we've got our awnings out, I'm gonna go ahead and bring out my exterior TVs. We have the Samsung 4K QLED 43-inch TV, and we can bring that out on a swivel, but we can also tilt it. So to tilt it, you just push that forward, and then you can move the TV forward just to get rid of that glare, which is really nice. And we have the JBL soundbar, and then behind the TV, or to the side of it, we've got 2 110 outlets, 2 USB charging ports, and then we've got this control here that if we want to bring our dash radio out, if we've got XM radio and we like the station, we can just simply turn that dial to dash radio. That will come out through our speaker here, or we can turn it off or just have the TV. So I go to my next compartment here. I've got my second pass-through powered tray. And again, both those trays come standard on the King Aire. And then we've got the shelf above. Now that our Girard awnings are out, our TV's out, we just need a cold drink, right? Here we have it. So we've got the freezer. And this you can make either a freezer or a refrigerator. You can set the temperature, but it's nice and big, and you can see that it extends out well, so you can open up those compartments. Again, you set the temperature, so if you want to take ice cream cross country, great, or if you just want to have a tailgate party, got the TV, the awning, all your friends are out, you can just make it a drink cooler. All right, before I put the freezer refrigerator back in, just wanted to point out that we've got our central vac here. It's really nice because you can take that hose, plug it in, vacuum out your storage compartments. Also, you can bring your car up next to it and vacuum it out, or vacuum out your NIRVC mat that you get when you buy from us. So that's really a nice feature to have. Then just behind that, we have the controls for our Girard window awnings, our power window awnings, our shades, and then up behind this gray tube here, we've got the camera where all those 4 feeds come in together to give us our 360 view. And then you can see in the back here, the back side of the Oasis hydronic heating system, which is our on-demand hot water, and our furnace. And then just above that, we have the hydronic heating system kind of bypass switch on and off here. Over to the side, we've got the 12-volt receptacle. We'll plug in the refrigerator freezer, 2 110 outlets. Just above this compartment, we have our second camera that's going to contribute to that 360 bird's eye view. And then we've got our passenger side security light. In our next storage compartment, we've got the Gladiator system here. So we've got these trays. We can take those in and out. I haven't removed all the plastic covering to protect that stainless steel. But those are really nice. So you can put your oils, filters, extra filters, oils, DEF, whatever you want to store here, tools. Just a nice compartment. You can see that it's LED lit, like the rest of the basement is LED lit as well. It's just harder to see those lights because they direct them towards the storage area, so you don't really see them. So this is a nice shot of that light. We've got the push button controls. So what happens if you lose power and you're not able to get into your storage compartments? So there is a bypass. There is a little key on your key ring, and then there's a lock right here that you literally have to get down on the ground and kind of do. It's not super easy, but there is a lock on most doors. If it doesn't have a lock, then it has a pull string, and I'll show you that in a minute. But I just want to let you know that there is a way to get in if for some reason you lose power and you can't get your doors unlocked. The other thing I wanted to show you is this clear tube here, drain tube. This is a drain from your slide out rooms, the drain pan on your slide out rooms, so that that water will just come through this little drain here and out the bottom of the coach. Also, since we're talking about drains inside the coach, we have gutters on the King Aire. So we've got this beautiful paint job that I've talked about. We want to make sure that we don't have unsightly water stains running down the side of our coach, because there's nothing that looks worse. So Newmar has thought about that. They've got a gutter system that runs along the roof. So your ACs are mounted actually on the roof. The condensation will run off to those corners, to those drains, and then it internally runs down the inside of the coach and onto the ground. So you're not going to have the awful water stains on your paint. The battery compartment is up next, and it's one of those compartments that does have a pull string so that you can get into it if you need to. So if you look underneath the coach here, there's a tether right there. That's what I would pull. I just pulled it and I released that door. Now I can also use this as long as I have power, and this is one of those doors that lifts up. So it releases very easily. Inside this compartment, we've got our 2 3,000 watt inverters, and then we have our 3 lithium packs, which are going to provide 30,000 kilowatts and 2,520 amp hours versus 960 on a regular system. So that is huge. They've got this so that it's a vented area now. You also have 13.4 volts at all time, and the battery packs will protect themselves. If they get to where they're going below 10%, they'll shut off to protect themselves. another marker light for the passenger side of the coach, and our second blind spot monitor for the passenger side of the coach. Then we're going to go here, we've got our second docking light for passenger side of the coach and our tag axle. So again, we get the passive steer tag axle on this Spartan chassis. So you're going to have a 17-degree wheel cut. And you can see that it's got passive tag because you can look at your front wheel. When they match the front axle, then you know that you've got a passive steer tag axle. All right, next compartment is our DEF tank. So this is our diesel exhaust fluid. You've got a gauge at the dash. We'll let you know how full that is. You just want to make sure you watch that. DEF does not like heat or sunlight, so you just want to, and it has an expiration of about a year. So you just want to make note of when you put the DEF in, how often you fill that, and if you're buying it off the shelf and storing it, what the date of when you bought it and how long you have it. So bad DEF can throw you a lot of bad engine codes, so just something to watch out for. Now right behind here is our emergency suspension fill, basically, that Spartan has given us. Typically you would only use this in an emergency if you can't get your coach to air up, or if you need it to be aired up manually, say because you are being towed. That's where you would do it. And then right to the side of it, you've got a bleed off line for your suspension there, so you can bleed off any excess moisture in the system, and you want to do that probably before every trip. Here's our last marker light for the passenger side of the coach and our third blind spot monitor. Then we go into our chassis compartment here. So chassis batteries here. Behind this panel is your power management system for the back half of the coach. So fuses for everything in the back half of the coach. So if a tail light were to go out, the fuse would be right inside here. Here are your battery disconnects for your chassis batteries. So if we're not lucky enough to have you as a storage customer at National Indoor RV Centers, where we store at least 300 coaches in all of our locations, always plugged into 50 amp service or 30 amp service, whatever your coach requires. Full valet service, so you just let us know when you want to pick up your coach. We'll fill up your fresh water tank and check your tire pressure, set it to your specifications or the manufacturer's specifications so that it's waiting and ready for you to go. Hop in, take your trip, leave your car, or hook up your tow vehicle. We try to make it super easy. If you're not storing with us and you're storing someplace else where you're not plugged into 50 amp service, you want to make sure that you hit those battery disconnects. You don't want to have any parasitic draw on your batteries, or you'll come back to dead chassis batteries, which is no fun. Now, the other things that these are, they're also like a breaker. So if you have your front steps that aren't working or a major system that's not working, you may want to come and see if these have been tripped and just flip those back on. Here's the air dryer and the fuel water separator. This is the air governor for the compressor, and you can, one of the technicians at National Indoor RV Centers can hook into this to run diagnostics off that there, or add, check the air gauges if needed. Now you may be wondering, a couple of things I want to talk about down here. First of all, you're going to see this sticker that says the shift group. I'm not sure if you're aware, but Spartan actually sold its name to the Rev Group a couple years ago, and so Shift Group is actually really Spartan now. So in case you see that sticker, not to confuse you, just to give you a little trivia. Here's the air compressor to lift the back engine cover. So just put that up and it will slowly come up. Now if you don't have any air in the system, that's not going to lift up. So you've got this auxiliary compressor right here. You're going to press that on, get enough air in the system so that you can then access the door. Then when you're ready to shut the door, you just hit the lever the other direction. All right, so here in the engine compartment, we've got our coolant. So you can see the little window here, so you can make sure that's full at all times. It looks like we need some right now. You always want to make sure you check your coolant or fill it when the engine is cool. You don't want to do it right after you've been driving because it's very hot. If you want to see what I do before a trip, you might want to check out my RVing 101 series, where I start a trip, my preparation, the trip, getting to a campsite, hooking up, breaking down camp, and going on with my destination. So just kind of, especially if you're new to RVing, you'll enjoy it, I think. Okay, just below that we have our quick connect line. Now this is a shut off So if you're, filling up floaty toys or your tires, you can actually fill up your tires. This engine is a huge compressor, and I show you how to do that in the RVing 101 series as well. This is where we would fill our engine oil, our hydraulic oil, our engine dipstick, and then if you look right below here, you see this little speaker. That's the beeping sound. That's where it comes from when you are in reverse. Here is your fuel filter. Straight up above, we've got a light for this compartment, which is always nice if you're doing work back here in the dark. Then we have our engine block heater. So if you keep it plugged in back here, you can turn that on inside the coach when you need it. Next up is our filter minder for our air filter. So when the yellow line gets up to the red, you know that it's time to change that air filter, and you want to make sure you do that at least once a year. The dipstick and fuel and fill for the transmission fluid. Then we have our coolant for our Oasis hydronic heating system. And this right here is our engine air cleaner. So you can see there's this big tube. If you look up at the side of the coach, there's that vented area there. It's going to bring in ambient air, bring it into here, clean it, and then it'll go into the engine. Look at the beautiful rear cap of the King Aire. Again, we've got the King Aire beautifully spelled out here, and then we've got backlighting for it at night. So when you're driving at night, you'll easily be able to see it coming and going. I love that. Up top, we've got our marker lights, and then we have our rear view cameras kind of tucked in behind that fin so you don't really see it, but you can actually hear the person that's back here giving the directions, your spotter. So if you're the spotter, make sure you're nice. One of my favorite sayings is, there was a pillow and it said, "I apologize for what I said when you were backing up." I know that I've had to use that before, so I love that. Then in the center of the coach, we have our third camera that contributes to that 360 bird's eye view, our brake lights. And as we come down here, of course, this is on the Spartan K3 chassis, nice and beefy, along with the Star Foundation that Newmar reinforces it. So you're going to have a great ride on this coach. We've got the 605 Cummins engine with 1950 pound-foot of torque. So you're going to be able to pull 20,000 pounds. So that means that you can take your stacker trailer with your sports car and your Suburban if you want, or your Suburban and your 4x4s. You're going to have plenty of carrying capacity. We've got the Voyager camera system here. So if you do have a stacker trailer, you can have a camera for that. Our hitch, our 7-way for our tow vehicle, and our safe haul brake airline for our braking system for our tow vehicle. And of course, we've got the Newmar mud flap. We haven't taken off the sticker, so we're going to protect that until you come in to pick up your King Aire. How does that sound? And also new for 2023, they've replaced the tip of the exhaust from chrome. It's now stainless steel. As I come around the back side of the coach, we've got our first blind spot monitoring detector for the driver's side of the coach, and our first marker light. Then we've got our side radiators. Side radiators are great for the obvious reason of you can get to all your engine oil fill, your transmission fill, coolant fill, everything in the back of the engine compartment. It's very accessible when you've got the side radiator. Also, side radiator brings in ambient air. And so the ambient air is cooler and cleaner than the air that's coming from the debris under the coach. So it's going to help that fan work more efficiently, actually give you a little bit more horsepower. As far as radiator maintenance goes, you should take your garden hose, just put your thumb over it and gently wash that off occasionally just to keep it nice and clean so it works more efficiently. Now, right above the radiator, we've got the emergency egress door. So this is one of those things that hopefully you'll never need, but the great thing about Newmar's emergency egress door is that you can use it every day if you wanted to. It's not a one-time use. It's not a use it only if you have to. So it works really easy. You can only access the door from the inside. I love that you kind of just disappears on the outside of the coach. Open the door and then the telescoping ladder can just drop down, so it's super easy to get in and out of. And a lot of times you can just use this door to load and unload the coach. So if you don't want to walk all the way through the coach to, put in all your wardrobe items or your bathroom items, you can just do it through here, hand them up to your partner, and you're good to go. So that's a really nice feature. This is our DEF fill for the driver's side of the coach. This is great to have, so when you go through those truck stops, you can fuel and fill your DEF all on the same side. This vent right here is for your dryer. So they went to a new dryer this year. I believe they went back to Whirlpool because it dries better than the Bosch that I think they were using in the years past. So I'll point that out when we get inside as well. Docking lights for the driver's side of the coach, and then we've got a little compartment here. It's nice. This is for a stinky slinky or your sewer hose, whatever you like to affectionately call that. I'd like to have that in a separate space, especially if I'm using a stinky slinky with a gravity dump, then I'll keep that stinky slinky here because you do have the macerator system on the King Aire. You'll notice here that we've got the power window awnings, and those are Girard, as well as your slide toppers are Girard. So Girard makes a really nice slide topper. They actually adhere it to the edge of the slide. So that slide topper is not going to have any sag in it. Sometimes you'll see them adhere to the side of the coach and then they come out and they get a big sag, water will sit in them. You're not going to have that issue with the Girard awnings. And they have little sweepers that kind of sweep them off too as this slide comes in and goes out. Another marker light for the driver's side of the coach. Second blind spot monitor for the driver's side of the coach. And if you look down here, that is for your Oasis exhaust. So you may be wondering what that's for. We're going to go ahead and hit our button there. This is our battery compartment that releases from the bottom. So we've got the other side of our battery compartment, lithium battery compartment. Here we have the coach management module that works with the Silverleaf system, and this is our load charge controller for our solar panels, which we've optioned into this coach. Here is the wet bay. So one of the things I love about Newmar, they make a beautiful wet bay. You know, this is where all the dirty work is done, but they make it look nice and clean. So I like that. Again, if you've never hooked up everything in the wet bay, go to my RVing 101 series, and I think that will be helpful. Newmar has the Mana Block system, which is really nice. So if I have a problem with my washing machine, I can turn off water just to that area and still have water throughout the coach, through the rest of the coach, which is very nice. You see we have that LED lighting strip here, so that lights that compartment up nicely. So here is our monitor for the tanks. We can find out what our fresh, black, and gray have in them. We can turn on our water pump and our autofill from here. Here are the lights. You can turn on the security light on the driver's side and on the passenger side of the coach. You can also turn on the generator here and turn it off. And then this is a new button for 2023. This is the tilt. So you can actually tilt the coach down on the driver's side so that you can get a more efficient flow when you go to dump your tanks. So you can just start it and cancel it there. But that's a nice, easy feature that they have given us for 2023. So I really like that. Then we've got the automatic valves here for our black tank and our gray tank. Then we can hook up a garden hose here and have water right here at the wet bay. We want to wash everything out. Very easy to do. And then we have our freshwater tank, so you can just direct that on how you are filling your tank. This is your RV SantaCon system, so that's the power button for that. Here is our external shower, and even it's pretty, isn't it? So this is great. I love this, especially if you spent the day, you know, at the beach or you've been out hiking, you know how dirty you get, to kind of wash off before you go into your luxurious coach, and you have hot and cold here. So that's really nice. Then we have our water filter for the full coach, and this is our RV SantaCon macerator hose here, and we just thread that through this compartment here. That way we're able to shut the doors and not have any critters come in. The same thing with our freshwater hose here. We can just thread that through right here and then shut the door. And then when we're ready to bring it in, we've got the power reel, and that will just pull it right in for us. Also note that this is all lined with a plastic liner so we can wash it out. Now, if you're gonna need to do a gravity dump, you can hook the elbow on here and then hook up your stinky slinky. We have the T-bars for the black tank and for the gray tank. Right in here, we have our gray tank rinse and our black tank rinse, and then our low point drains for our black and our gray tanks, and our cold and hot low point drains. Also, if you need to winterize your coach, Newmar has given you the directions of how to do that right there. Now, if we're lucky enough to have you store with us at National Indoor RV Centers, there's no need to do that. No need to winterize your coach. We'll keep it indoors. You can come and pick it up and use it throughout the winter. Here is our 50 amp shore power cord. Love this because it is also on a power reel, and you're just gonna push it through those grommets there so that you can shut the door when it's not in use. Cable connect here. Another Silverleaf management controller there. Our SureGuard protector RV power transfer switch here, that comes standard. We've also added the extra 30 amp plug-in. Say if you have a stacker trailer, you can plug that in right there. Your RV power monitor, where you can scroll up and down for information. Midship of the coach, we have the driver's side security light and our last camera that's going to contribute to that 360 bird's eye view. So our pass-through compartment here, again, this is going to power out just like it did on the other side. A lot of pass-through storage here. And then it just goes right back in. Our second pass-through tray. And our last big compartment on the driver's side, we have the pressure washer, and you can just pull that out and wash off your front cap. Your windshield wiper, super important when you get to the campground, or you can wash your car. And if you look in the very back, you have one extra 110 outlet. This whole system right here is an ionizer for the freshwater tanks in the coach. And then we've got a little squeegee even in the back that we can work on our windshield with. Our second docking light for the driver's side, marker light, another marker light for the driver's side, and our fuel fill for the 165 gallon fuel tank. Here's our last blind spot monitor for the driver's side of the coach and our last marker light. So you're gonna see this exhaust right here. They've replaced that chrome tip with a stainless steel tip as well. And then we're gonna open that compartment. That exhaust is for your generator. Now your generator's on a slide. So if you've been running your generator and you go to slide it out, make sure you don't let that touch you because it will burn you. It's super hot. This is the power management system for the front part of the coach. So if you have a front, your power chair that's not working or a front light that's out, this is where the fuses will be. Newmar has also given us the spare fuses, which are super nice. I always like to have those handy. And then we've got the HWH system that's going to extend the front cap out. You do have to have the coach in accessory mode for that to work. All right, inside the front cap, a few things I want to point out. First of all, we've got our wussy horn right here. Our air horns are directly across from that. That's what I always want to have on. And then if you look kind of in this spaghetti bowl of wiring here is an air quick connect. So if you want to fill up the floaties or stand-up paddleboard right here, you can do that. This is the oil filter for the Oasis hydronic heating system and our windshield wiper fluid. We have our Onan 12.5 generator here. This is the breaker switch for that. So if you trip it, this is where you need to pull over and flip it. We can turn it on and off from here, and we can see the hours on the generator. We can also service the generator here, and then right here is where you can check the oil on the generator. So it's really nice that this comes out so far. Very easy to get to, very easy to service. But we can take care of that for you too at National Indoor RV Centers. On the other side of the generator, we've got the hydraulic reservoir for our HWH slide rooms and our levelers. So I'm so excited to show you this new floor plan, the 4596. As I open up the door, you're going to see the steps come out. Now, one of the things that are really cool about the King Aire are these steps. First of all, they look great when they're stored. When they come out, there's a sensor on the front and the bottom of it. So whenever I touch it, it will stop extending. If I let it go all the way out, it almost comes to the ground when we're not fully aired up. We're fully aired up right now. So I'll demo that just a little bit as I step into the coach. They come out, and as soon as I touch it, they stop. It would come down further if I hadn't stopped it, but I really like that. Another cool feature is this door. So look, they've like this, I'm not sure what you call it, but stitched all on the door. It looks so nice. And then as you go inside, this is a favorite. Check out that screen. So nice, so easy to put in, and then it just rolls away. So you can enjoy the outdoors, sitting in the front seat if you want, and no bugs. And then you've just got a little lever here you push, and it stows right away. All right, let's go check out the inside. I mentioned the screen door as I came in. Another reason that I love that screen door is the fact that you don't have the two doors that you're closing. So you can shut the door really tight. It's gonna make it nice and quiet in here while you're going down the road. Now, as I step up, of course, I love the grab bars. We have the really beautifully decorated grab bar here, but the best part about these is that they just give you safety as you go in and out of the coach. Now, right as I walk in the door here, I've got the battery disconnect button, so I can hit that for my house batteries when I go to leave or when I come back in. I've got my storage compartments where I can unlock or lock them. Now, they're automatically going to lock when you release the parking brake and put it into drive. So anytime you get out, you got to remember to hit that. So it's nice that it's just around the corner. And then you've got the step well lighting. So that lights up the step well here, which makes it safe to get in and out. And then you've got a little button right below this. That's very important. So those cool steps that I showed you, if for some reason they won't go out or go in, that's your override button to bring those in so you can travel if for some reason you're having problems with those steps. Now, just below that, we've got our fire extinguisher. It's great that we have it close to the outdoors, so we can easily get it if we need it outside or if we need it inside. One of the videos I want you to go check out is my Protang fire suppression video. So Protang is sold exclusively by National Indoor RV Centers, and like I said, it's a fire suppression system activated by heat. But the cool thing about it is that if it is activated in your engine compartment, let's say, there's no residue once it's activated. It just depletes the fire, but no residue around, and it just gives you peace of mind too. At National Indoor RV Centers, we only try to sell products that we truly believe in. So Retroband, Protang, things that will protect your family and keep you on the road longer. Notice the details of the things you get extra with the King Aire. So the stitching on the front door just makes it look very beautiful. I love even in the stairwell, the backsplash in the stairwell I love. It's just the little details. You just get a little bit more, a little bit extra with the King Aire. As I step up into the cockpit area, I want you to notice the beautiful woodwork. So this is the Modesto Rift Oak with the high gloss, and I think it's just absolutely a showstopper. It's so pretty. One of the things that Newmar does in the King Aire is they use unitized construction. So you're never going to see on a piece of wood where two pieces of wood came together. It all looks like it's seamlessly sort of one piece, other than you have a little bit of change in the grain, but it's just so pretty. So again, Modesto Rift Oak. There's other options, so call your RV lifestyle specialist at National Indoor RV Centers and we'll let you know what your options are. I want to show you the storage and what's in the compartments here. So up above here, we have the Girard awning control for your entry door, and then a little extra storage space. These are the Girard awning controls for your main awnings, your big Girard awnings, with the Nova Pitch, give you that extra shade. Nice storage compartment here. And then we have our 43-inch QLED Samsung TV. So as we go into this cabinet, I wanted you to know, A, it's vented. I'll tell you why in a second here. And then we've got a camera. So this is an internal camera. You can, you've got the My Rosie app that will let you control a lot of things in the coach when you're away from it, as long as you're connected to Wi-Fi. So if you are, you can actually log in to the coach and see inside the coach while you're away. So that's kind of handy if you happen to leave furry friend in the coach, you can check on them while you're away. Also, if you've got service technicians in your coach or whatever, it's just nice that you can see inside your coach when you're not there. So inside the cabinet, we've got a lot of controls, and I'm going to go over all of them for you. I'm going to start here with our solar panel charger. That's just going to tell you what kind of amps the solar panels are bringing in to the coach. Then we have our Winegard over-the-air antenna, so we're just going to turn that on. It's going to lock onto local stations for us. This is our Girard awning controller, so this is exactly like the remote I showed you outside. The light, lock, unlock. You can change the channels here, and then in, out, and stop, so super easy. This is a button for diagnostics. One of our technicians at National Indoor RV Centers can plug into this for diagnostic purposes. Then we have our buttons here. These are for our slide rooms. Now, one of the things with your front slide rooms, you want to make sure your driver's seats are pulled forward enough so that you don't hit those when you bring the slides in and out. So driver side, slide out, passenger side, slide out. These are the exterior lights underneath your slide room. Are really nice at night, so you can turn those on. This is for your exterior entry step. Once you're camping, you don't want that step to keep going in and out, so you'll just lock it into place, lock it in the out position. This is where you turn your Wi-Fi router on and off. Down below here, this is for the satellite system where you can turn that on. We optioned in the Winegard satellite. This is our driver security lights, driver side security lights, passenger side security lights. Those are midship on the driver's side and the passenger side of the coach. Then we have the privacy drape for the driver to his left, and the front privacy drape, so your blackout shade here, your door privacy drape, and then your passenger privacy drape. All right, so here's one of the main control panels for the coach, your Silverleaf system. So go to the home button. It's going to tell you your different tank levels. So your fresh tank is 0% full, and you can have 105 gallons in your freshwater tank. Your black is 0%, and that will hold 60 gallons, and your gray is 2% full. That will hold 80 gallons. Also gives you your battery status. So your house batteries are at 80%, and your chassis batteries are at 13.8 volts. And you can see we're plugged into shore power, and then you can see what volts we're bringing on leg 1 and leg 2, so 116 and 115. Then we go to our AC power, or alternating current. And again, you can see that we're plugged into shore power and the volts we're bringing in on each leg, and that our inverters are in standby mode. Then we go to DC power, and you can see that the batteries are in a bulk charge state, and you can see where they are, what they are charged to. And again, our chargers are on, both of them. Generator, this is where I can start and stop my generator. This is also where I can do my auto gen start settings. So I can scroll through this and I can find out if I go down one more page, the trigger voltage. So once my batteries drop below 12.3 volts, that will trigger the auto gen start to come on, or you can do it by temperature as well. It will also let you know what the runtime will be and the max runtime, so you can customize that there for yourself. Then you've got your water. Again, this is going to give you your tank levels again, and you can turn your water pump on and off, your autofill on and off, and now you can top off now. Climate, so you can go to all zones or you can go to individual zones. So you can go to your bathroom, your bedroom, got the AC on in the bedroom, or we can turn our heat on. We can do our fan here, and we can disable the auto gen start if we want to here as well. So you can do that for each location or just go to all the locations. Engine block heater, as long as that's plugged into the back engine compartment, you can turn it on from here. Batteries, this is going to give you the status of your lithium batteries, and you can see that we've got 13.5. We should also always have 13.4 or above volts on the lithium batteries. And And then coach mode. This is just going to give you your different statuses. So you can be actively camping, and it kind of triggers your active camping, what you need to have plugged in or checked. Outdoor unplugged. You get the idea, right? And then you can activate that setting. Floor heat. So you have 3 zones for your floor heat. You can turn them on or off, and you can just decide how warm you want those. A lot of people will use the floor heat instead of their furnace because they like that just comfort heat rather than a forced air heat. We'll go up to our top. We can go through our cameras so you can see we're at a lovely campground. Actually, we are in the building, our storage building at National Indoor RV Centers in Las Vegas. So I can scroll through my different cameras. That's my internal camera. You can't see anything because I've got this, I'm holding it up. Scroll through the cameras. Then we can go to our lights. So this is new, what they've added. You can do all your lights on, all your lights off settings, and different areas of the coach that you can go to and turn your lights on and off. Pretty self-explanatory. And then you can go to your shades and do the same thing for areas of the coach. And then you can put your coach into theater mode so you're ready to watch a movie. It will take down your blinds, dim the lights, and you can do your TV lift up and down from here. Door locks, so you can unlock and lock your entry door and your cargo doors. Your vent fans in your kitchen, your mid bath and your rear bath, and your awnings. So up here at the top of the cabinet, we have our Wi-Fi Ranger. Then we have the PoE, the Power over Ethernet injector. Don't even ask me what that is. I don't know. That's what our technicians are for at National Indoor RV Centers. Video button. And then next to the video button, we have the HWH Master Reset. So that is for your slide room controls, your levelers. If for some reason your slide rooms aren't coming in or you need to reset your HWH system, that's where you do it. You hold that button down for 5 seconds and then you could retry whatever you were trying to bring in that wasn't working. So little backup for you there. 2 more compartments. Nice little storage compartments, but you do have to be fairly tall or you're going to have to stand on the captain's chair to get up there. Welcome to the beautiful interior of the King Aire. Now this is the Duxbury interior. You have 3 other options that you can choose from, and we can help you with that at National Indoor RV Centers. Also, I love the Duxbury paired with the Modisto Riff oak wood. I just think there's a nice contrast. It's a nice neutral color coach, so you can add any, any extra accent color you'd like to it. Notice the beautiful King Aire floor. This is very popular floor. It has the wood grain look with the matte finish, so it's not as slick. Now, if you want something a little bit more fancy, we can change out the floor for you and put a high gloss floor in here. Also notice the beautiful ceiling treatment. Within the ceiling treatment, we have our AC units, so you're not going to see any vents. And then you'll notice the beautiful linear lines of all the lighting. Just makes this look very high-end as it is. It's just a gorgeous coach. All the furniture is made by Williamsburg and it's real leather. One of the things that you can do when you're selecting your coach is you can buy what we have in stock, or you can custom order your coach. Now, when you custom order, you can pick what kind of seating you want. So we chose to have theater seating here. You could also choose to have recliners or a full sofa. And then we've got the theater seatings across from the sofa here. So we still have a bed here if you want to have guests over. These theater seats are super comfortable. And then you have all your controls right here in the cup holder. So you can recline, and literally I'm going to take it all the way. I might just go to sleep. How does that sound? So really comfortable. They're nice and big. You could get a child or a furry friend next to you. Right here are the controls for your seat. So you can recline and then bring them back. And they're also heated. So this is going to be a real problem for me. A heated seat that I can go to sleep in while watching a movie. Danger. I may last 10 minutes. And vibrate. So you've got like the massage chair and 3 different levels. And then your lighted cup holders. And we're going to leave it on the blue for NIRVC blue. The other thing I like about these are look at that storage that you have here, and inside the storage 2 110 outlets and 2 USB charging ports. And right behind me we've got 2 110 outlets as well. So here is one of the many multiplex lighting panels that we're going to have throughout the coach. I'm going to walk you through this one. I won't walk you through all of them. Most of them have the same features, or they may have 1 or 2 buttons that are different. So we have our lighting feature here. So here I can turn on the ceiling lights for this area, the dinette, accent lights, overhead lights, accent 2 lights, the courtesy lights, the reading lights above the left chair, and reading lights above the right chair. And then I can just turn all accent lights on. So you just simply hit the button and then you just pull that up and hit the on. So it's really easy to use. Shades. So this is where you can lift up all your day shades or all your night shades in this area. Then we can control our fantastic fans, which we have in the kitchen, the master bathroom, and the midship bath. So you can do the fan high, medium, or low. You can use the rain sensor overload, and you can turn the fan on or off. Systems. So this is right here. I can start my generator if I need to start the generator right here. I can turn on the water pump. I can do the TV lift, and I can put the coach into theater mode. So that's one of the modes that I really like, so I'm going to demonstrate that now. I'm going to go ahead and hit theater mode. The TV is going to come up. The lights are going to dim. I just have the accent lights going. Kind of sets a really nice little atmosphere here. How nice is that? Just really, you know, soothing, and I'm ready to watch my movie, grab the popcorn and get a drink. Let's go. Then we have the windows and awnings. So we can put out the bedroom awning, the dresser awning, the living room awning out, the kitchen awning out, and then we can put those all back in, and we can turn the lights on those awnings. And then this is just the display brightness, so I can keep hitting that until this goes away, or make it lighter or brighter. One of the biggest selling points for me for the King Aire are the windows. So gorgeous, huge windows. Basically, if I was in a beautiful campground right now and not inside our building at National Indoor RV Centers, I would have all these windows open, so you almost can bring the outside in. The new windows that they featured last year, basically the windows, the whole wall, and it just has the support in the corner. You'll also see a little dot in the middle of these big windows. People are wondering what that is. That is for strength. So you've got the dual pane window, and that little dot adds strength. Now we've optioned this coach with no overhead cabinets. Again, it just looks really sleek. You get to enjoy the big view of the nice windows, but you can option cabinets in if you want them. Like I said, my favorite thing about the King Aire are these amazing windows. Just picture if you're in a beautiful park next to a lake and you've got these windows. They just go on forever, all the way to the corner. Really minimal valances. It's so sleek and pretty, and I just love how you can bring the outside in. I've turned around the captain and the co-captain's chairs so that you can see it. Now I've added 2 extra seating spots to the coach, and they both have the footrest so they recline. It's just really nice. So you can see that you can easily get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people in the booth, 7, 8, 8 to 10 people in this coach very comfortably. You're also going to have seat belts for 6, so 1 in each of the theater seats, the captain, co-captain, and then 2 in the sofa. Over here, when you first step in, I want to cover this light panel. You're going to have the same options that I just showed you over here, but there's a few extra ones on the lighting panel because you have an all lights on and an all lights off. I love that, so that you don't have to run to the back of the coach and see if you turned off the bathroom light. Just hit the all lights off and you're good to go. It will turn everything off. Now when you come into the coach and hit all lights on, that basically gives you your running strip of lights. It doesn't turn on all your wall lights and your accent lights and your overhead lights, but it gives you, you can easily see where you're going. So I like that button. Then you're going to see this thermistor. Thermistor is what communicates to the thermostat to help keep the temperature the comfortable level that you've set it at in your coach. Right below there, we've got two 110 outlets and two USB charging ports. Right next to the sofa, we have an end table, great place to put a drink, and a cabinet for storage. Then we've got this nice sofa with the 55-inch 8K QLED Smart TV with the Bose soundbar. So very nice. When we put that down, we have our big window. We've got another light panel here to the side for this area. And then if we push this little button right here in the corner, we've got two 110 outlets on both sides. Also, you're going to notice this button here. So motion sensor enable. So this is something that you can activate so that your courtesy lights will come on, motion sensor. So when you walk through the coach, it will give you a little courtesy light throughout the coach. For those of you that want to have a spot to have your guests sleep over, grandkids or children, friends, super easy here. You just unvelcro the back cushion. I love that you've got the Velcro on there because it keeps it in place so you're not constantly readjusting that. Then you're going to reach down in the middle back here of the coach and pull it forward, and then you're going to lift the top. The legs will come down, just pull them forward. So then you're going to take the back of the sofa and fold it down, and it's so easy. So you have easily a bed for two adults here, and it was so simple to do. So simple to put up and so simple to put away. You just do the same thing in reverse. Tuck those legs in. I really don't think it could get any easier than that to have guests sleep over. Throw some sheets on it, extra blanket, a couple pillows, you're good to go. Now to the dinette area. We have this great booth dinette, so you can see that there is lots of room here, and then we have a nice table. This is also going to extend, and we have two extra chairs. This is a Euro booth dinette. There are other options. There's the cool new option, which is called the convertible dinette. I think that's what it's called. Basically, it's this direction. It's like a bar, two tables at a bar, and then you can turn the table and extend it this way, and you can get easily 4 to 6 people at it. So it's pretty cool. Something to talk to your RV lifestyle specialist about. There's storage underneath the booth on both sides. And there's even a little storage underneath the table. Not super easy to get to, so you wouldn't want to put anything down there that you need to get to often. Let me show you how you extend the table. So super easy. It's just going to pull out, keep going, keep going, keep going. And then you'll see right here that you've got this extra leg. It's magnetized to the bottom of the table. Just tap it, and then it's going to come out, and you've got a huge support leg. Now typically I'll do that after I put my leaves in, but go ahead and grab our leaves. I keep these underneath the bed, and we'll see if I get it right the first time. It will be the first time if I do. So, hey, look at that. I might have done it. So you could easily get 3 people on this side and 2 people comfortably on that side. So I'm really excited to show you the kitchen on the 4596 because there's some extra features that you're not expecting. This is where this new floor plan comes into play, and I truly think it's a game changer because you have this great living room, great dinette area. You could also do a freestanding table, I think, there as well for your dinette. So one of the things that you also get with the King Aire is the quartz countertop. So this is gorgeous. Absolutely love it. Would love to have it in my house. Wasn't able to spend quite that much though. We have the pop-up receptacle so you can plug in from either side. And then I want to make sure you notice that beautiful backsplash. And we've optioned in the kitchen window. It's just absolutely like jaw-dropping gorgeous. I love the King Aire. I think it's so pretty. Love all the counter space here. We have another pop-up receptacle here. You can even see the backsplash even better here. I just think it's so pretty, so well done. So we've got all the sink covers on and the stove covers. So now I'm going to unveil the stainless steel farm sink. And I really like this sink. It's nice and big. And I always like the sink covers because, you know, you can have a few dishes in there and you can hide them and still use your sink. The residential faucets here. And then down below, we have awesome, you know, I love a trash can. Love a hidden trash can. And then we also have a spot where we can put our sink covers. So those are gonna slide right in there. I'm not gonna put them all in, but I will put 2 in. So you can just see that they have a nice place that they can go while you're in travel mode, so they're not rattling around the coach. And look how deep that drawer is. Of course, that's gonna be soft close as well. And then I like this drawer too, because we've got a little pull-out tray. Look at that, all of our cleaning supplies. We can just walk around the coach and get everything nice and clean. So I like that. And then now that I've uncovered most of the sink, look at that nice big farm sink. So I really think that's awesome. Then we go to our induction cooktop, and that is Wolf brand. On the back side of our covers, we've got the cutting boards, so they serve dual purpose. So if I'm not using my cooktop at all, I would just flip those around and store them this way. And I've got 2 cutting surfaces, which is great for prep area. And then, like I said, the Wolf induction cooktop. So any pan that a magnet will attach to will work on this. So this does not remove like some of the other models where they have that removable induction cooktop. This is fixed into place. Below the induction cooktop, we have our big drawer. Now, right now we've got all the remotes and all the controls in it. Another thing that Newmar gives you is a couple little paint samples of your exterior paint color. Now, this is great for little rock chips here and there to, you know, touch up. But if you happen to have a real issue and need some work done, bring it to National Indoor RV Centers. We have the best paint body crew out there. We are, I think, the only dealer that actually has RV paint booths, so we can do excellent work there. And we have the dishwasher. Two nice drawers here, and you'll notice that they're dovetail construction. They've got the King Aire name burnt into the side of them, so just a little fancy, a little extra when you get the King Aire. So these cabinets are so beautiful. I almost missed showing you what's behind them. Lots of storage. So check out that. Huge shelf there. Your Newmar Bible with all your manuals and warranties. And this is an adjustable shelf, so you can take that out if you've got some taller items, an Instapot or an air fryer that you want to fit up there, because that's nice. You can pull them out and easily get to them. And then they just shut like that. Now this is where the magic comes to play. Pop, and look what happens. We're so fancy, aren't we? So this is our Viking convection microwave oven. So you can bake bread in this, you can do cookies, you can do it all. You just have to play around with it a little bit and see what works for you. You have storage above, and then the outlet that your microwave is going to plug into. And then you've got a little button on either side of that cabinet that when you hit it, it's going to bring it down. You can also manually lift it, but why when you've got a cool little button to lift it up? So we've optioned in the coffee maker, which I love because I feel like this built-in makes it look really sleek and more like jet-like. And then the stemware holder, so you just push those cabinet doors and they open. So push to open. It's a nice cabinet there for all your stemware and glasses, and then just push to close. And then below we've got an extra drawer here Again, you'll see the King Aire name burnt in there.
Awesome.
And we have the cooler. So for drinks and for wine, you can set the temperature, but this is really nice. So if you don't get the beverage center, the beverage center just comes with this part, the drawer and the freezer and the stemware holder. Then the coffee maker is another option that you can get. If you don't want this, you're just going to have an extended countertop here and another cabinet. So you get extra storage if you don't want the beverage center, but I think that's pretty cool. Now, across from it, we've got the Viking refrigerator and freezer. It's nice and big with an ice maker. And the lock. So this is super important when you're heading out for your trip. You want to make sure you put on the travel lock so that you don't have things falling out all over your gorgeous coach. I have a checklist for everything that I do pre-trip. If you want a copy of that, feel free to email me at Angie, A-N-G-I-E, at nirvc.com. So this is the next exciting thing that I get to show you on the 4596. This is all new. You don't get it in any other floor plan. You have a walk-in pantry or your own bar. You can decide what you want it to be. So love the panel here first of all. And then it just locks into place. As we step in, we've got two 110 outlets. We've got our multiplex lighting pad. And you can turn off all your pantry lights right there. So you're just gonna push on those doors to open them. Push to open. You've got adjustable shelves there. So you can see this would be a great little bar area if that's what you want to make it, or great storage. So if you think about it like this, we did take away the overhead storage above the sofa. Obviously you can add that back in, but we're giving you all this storage in here. So a lot of those things that you might have put out there, you can store in here. And I just love the way they did this. Here we've got the doors that will fold right back in. So again, if you want this to be, where you keep your alcoholic drinks or liquor right there, you can have that all displayed nicely. You've got a spot for a blender or mixer here, two 110 outlets, and more storage below. And then two more cabinets with storage and adjustable shelves. So really a ton of storage in this pantry, and I love, you get to see the beautiful wallpaper that's in this King Aire. I just think it's fantastic, and I really like this floor plan. Before we head into the midship bathroom, we've got the thermistor for the midship of the coach. Just below we've got the central vac, and if you don't want to hook up the hose, you can just sweep everything over to the dust pan, lift it up, and suck it away. Love that. Then we're going to go into the midship bath, which is a half bath. I love the handle here because it just disappears. You're not going to hook your pants on it. And we've got the pivot door, so it's never going to hit the wall, opposite wall when your slides are in. So nice size half bath here. And we've got a huge mirror with the lights in the mirror, and then the medicine cabinet behind, and another smaller medicine cabinet to the side of it with two 110 outlets inside the smaller cabinet. And we also have a push button receptacle here, so you can push it. You've got three sides that you can use, and then push it up when it's not in use. I also love, love, love. This is the same backsplash that's in your stairwell. I love this in the bathroom. I think it's really cool looking. And then we've got the quartz countertop and the beautiful sink here with the residential faucet, towel holder, and storage. Push button controls for the commode, more storage, and more storage. So quite a bit of storage in this half bathroom. Then above here is going to be our breaker box, fuses. All the fuses are nicely labeled. Newmar has given us the extra fuses here, and then we also have the breakers on our two inverters, and then just our floor heat 1 and 2. Also, I kept this open for a reason because I want to let you know that you have a window that you can open in the bathroom so you can get some fresh air in here. You've got this screen, or you can just take the screen away, super easy, and then it just locks back into place. So really nice. Again, beautiful valances. I just love this couch. Check out the beautiful pocket doors for the master bedrooms to give you privacy from the kitchen and living room area. They just lock into place. When you want to bring those out, you just push it down and then pull it forward. So I just love the extra detail, the little chrome in the door. It's beautiful. Then look at our beautiful master bed here, king size bed. Love the lighting. Those were made just for the King Aire, which I absolutely love. And then on each nightstand, you have a wireless charging pad. Now go ahead and look at the area behind the bed. So I brought the levelers down just because I think they're pretty on both sides. But I also want you to notice that they're backlit with the accent lighting. You've got your reading lights. And then if you look over at this window, you'll see that this is all window as well. So you can have this big window open, big window across from you open, and it's just gorgeous. And if you notice how the windows are all encased in the silver chrome, I think they just finished everything off super nice. Now you also have a control panel right here next to the bed. So for all the lighting, and you do have an all lights off button. So once you're in bed, you don't have to wonder if you left any lights on up front. And you've got that multiplex lighting panel on both sides of the bed. And then we did opt in the overhead storage. So we've got 3 compartments here. And you'll notice that we have the 2 110 outlets, and we have a port for cords on both sides of the bed. And then below the nightstand, we have a little storage compartment on both sides. And inside the storage compartment, we have the 2 110 receptacles and USB, and we have a little pass-through area. So if you've got an older phone and it won't charge wirelessly, you can go ahead and plug it in and then bring those cords through here. This is our thermistor for the bedroom to keep it nice and temperate while you're sleeping. As we look across from the bed, we've got this great wardrobe center, huge TV. On the wall here, we've got the slide room control. So you're going to have the slide room controls for the front half of the coach and for your full wall slide up front, but this is for the bedroom slide. So you bring that in here. Multiplex lighting panel here, and then we also have the silver leaf, which I went over in front. You also have My Rosie. So it's an app you can put on your phone. Pretty much everything you can do from this panel, you're going to be able to do from the My Rosie app. So that's also nice. And then we've got our motion sensor. We can put that on or off. So if you want those courtesy lights to come on when you get up from bed at night to make it to the bathroom, you can turn that on, or you can disable that as well. As we go into the storage here, great storage. This is sort of our AV cabinet. We've got our cable inputs, satellite dish, 2 available 110 outlets, and we've got our HDMI cables. Then we've got the 50-inch Samsung TV, so great viewing from the bed. You can watch those movies. And adjustable shelves here, really nice. Again, you're going to have a nice big window here that opens, so that's really nice. And then we've got the pop-up 110 outlets and drawer space. Now you can option in a fireplace in the bedroom. So if you do that, you're going to lose, I think, these 2 drawers. But it is kind of cozy feeling and very pretty. And then you've got this great countertop here for pictures and perfumes and whatever you want to put there, which is great. On the ceiling in the bedroom, we've got the carbon monoxide detector. Then we've got the ostrich leather plush ceiling, beautiful ceiling treatment. And then we go over here, we get the barn doors that close, and you push these up. Barn door that closes as you go into the bathroom. Nice mirror here. It's just lovely. As I come into the bathroom, first I want you to notice the beautiful floor. Love the flooring of the King Aire, and then the shower. So I'm not sure if there's a prettier shower out there. I love the waterfall feature, so it kind of is heavier and then it trickles down as it goes lower. Also, we've got the 2 towel bars here. That's a big deal. I want a place to hang my towels, and we've got another one right here. The lock for the shower, again, that's on my pre-trip checklist. As I go into the shower, I love the tile that we have in here too. This is a 40 by 34 inch shower, so it's nice and roomy. You've got a shower assist handle here. We've got the shampoo, conditioner, and body wash already set. We've got the fixed rain head faucet, and then we've got the handheld. Now we've got the controls for the fixed and the handheld and the hot and cold. Now I want to talk about the AquaView shower miser. This is a really cool feature that allows you to save fresh water in your water in your freshwater tank, and don't waste the space in your gray tanks because it preheats the water. So what you do, first of all, you have to go to your multiplex lighting pad in the bathroom and just turn on the Aqua Miser LT. So turn that on over there. Then you'll come over here and you're going to flip this little lever all the way to the right, and you'll see 3 little arrows that show that it's like recirculating. So it's recirculating the water while it warms it. So you're not wasting any water while you're waiting for it to get warm. Once this lights up, and it's going to light up red, then you're going to flip this around, and then there's a little picture of a shower head with drops coming out of it. So now when you turn these on, you're going to have hot water instantly. The only cold water is going to be in this hose, so it's just going to be a little bit of it. But people really love this feature. I also love the flip down seat. If you want it, it's there, but if not, you get it out of the way. And then I love this cheekish little spot here for us ladies to shave our legs. So next up, we've got our washer and dryer. Now last year this was Bosch. They moved to the 240 volt washer and dryer from Whirlpool because the dryer dries better. So they listened to the customer and made that change, which is great. And we've got a little drawer here below. Put our dryer sheets in there, maybe our pods if we're using the pods for a washing machine. And then we're going to head over here. We've got our towel holder. This is just access to the back of the washer and dryer. Push button controls for our toilet and toilet paper holder. Now we've got our emergency egress door. If you'll notice again, everything's just finished off so nicely. This is how you're going to get out quick though if you need to. This whole balance will rip off, but I don't think it's necessary most of the time. You just want to unlock it. Unlock here. You're going to open it up. You're going to remove the panel. And you can see it just has a magnetic strip along the sides there. Undo the ladder and let it telescope down. Here's the thermistor for the master bathroom. And then we have storage with adjustable shelves. If we want that extra long hanging area, we could take out these shelves. And our safe is in the very back. And we have a little flip down drawer of storage below. Right here underneath the vanity, we've got the 2 110 outlets and lots of drawer space. And we have those soft close drawers. Tons of space down here. Two more 110 outlets, and then more drawers, more drawers, more drawers. Lots of storage in this rear bathroom. Now we have the beautiful vanity here with the trough sink. I love it with kind of the hammered effect in the sink, the residential faucets, the beautiful backsplash, the linear lighting. We've got the beautiful lighting in the mirrors, towel holder, and then my favorite part, we've got the medicine cabinet. Check out all that space. 2 110 outlets inside. This one has a bit of a panel, so you only have storage at the very bottom. One of my favorite things about these mirrors is that you can check the back of your hair. How's it going? Okay, still looking pretty good after a long day of videos. I do say so myself. All right, Then we've got another big storage compartment here. We've got our controller here for our Winegard satellite. We've got 3 110 outlets that are available. You've got your cable inputs and your HDMI, adjustable shelves again, and your lit wardrobe bar, which is nice. So I always like to show the floor plan with the slides in so you can see how you're going to be able to get through the coach with your slides in. You can easily sleep on your bed with the slides in, and then you can easily get to the half bath, especially since you've got this pantry here. You have quite a bit of space to get into the half bathroom. And of course, you're going to have access to everything in the pantry. Very easy. And then you can also get into your refrigerator and freezer. And then it does get a little tight through here. With your theater seating and your sofa, it's a little bit tight, but you can still get through. You just kind of have to go one leg at a time. All right, so we're finally to the cockpit area. Let's go over these awesome chairs. So they are very, very comfortable. I have zero complaints. They are 8-way powered and forward, backwards, up, down, you name it, you can do it. What I really like, because you can really, if you're shorter, you can move that seat down and forward and really get close to the accelerator, so it's very comfy. Now these buttons are this is for your lumbar support, this is for the backrest, and this is for the footrest once you have the captain's chair turned around into the living room. And they are cooled and heated, gotta love that. And one more cool feature, which I don't know that I can use because I think I'll fall asleep, but you've got the massage feature. So you can turn that on, different zones, different, pulsing wave, zigzag, and then you can increase the speed and the intensity. So really cool. And then you can just turn that off, tuck it in the back pocket here. So that's really nice. On the left side of the chair, there's just a lever that you lift up, and then it makes it so that you can rotate your chair. So they are very nice, very comfortable. Seat belts integrated into the seat. And also on the passenger side seat, you can actually make that a bigger seat or just the same size as the captain's chair. If you've got furry friends that like to ride with you, sometimes they like a little bit bigger seat. Now here to the left of me, we have the HWH computerized leveling system. So this is super easy to use. Once you get to your campsite, you're going to go ahead and set the park brake, and then you are going to hit auto level. So when you have 4 red dots in the 4 corners, you are all level. If you can't level, you'll have a light that comes on here that says excessive slope. You may need to move the coach around just a little bit, try to level it again. If it doesn't work and you need to try a 3rd time, you may want to just wait, give that pump a second to cool down, because the pump going up and down, you don't want to overheat it. And then you can auto store, manually dump the air, and then you can cancel at any point in time. Once you auto store or bring the jacks up, it's going to let you know that you're in travel mode, and then you're good to go. We have the Allison transmission. So you're simply going to put it into reverse, neutral, or drive. Then you can go to economy mode. Then if you hit your plus and your minus together, you are going to get diagnostics, and you can also see those in the dash as well. So everything looks good. This is also where you can manually shift. So if you are going up a steep incline and you want to shift down to keep your torque up, then you can do that here. I typically don't go over 2,000 RPMs when I'm doing that. And then once I go, and when I'm going down the hill, I just go back to auto and just let it shift it on its own. Here is your tag dump. I typically always keep it on auto, unless I'm in a situation where I'm on grass, it's super wet and slippery or muddy, and I need extra traction. So as soon as I get out of my slippery spot, which I want to be careful to get into anyway in a big old coach, because the last thing you want to do is be towed out of anywhere. I would just go back to auto. Then we have our engine brake, and you can go to on and off, and then you have high, medium, low settings on that. 2 drink holders, which is nice. Wireless charging pad, and then we go to our park brake, and you pull to apply, push to release. Our lights, so we can keep them on auto. Our running lights, headlights, and then pull out for your fog lights. Okay, just below that we have the control for our exterior mirrors, the defrost for our exterior mirrors, the bright and the dim, that's for these buttons here. So as we push that, we can brighten or dim those. Our dome light is right above the driver's seat, and then we have our auto high beams. Those are really nice if you're driving at night. You can have your high beams on, and remember this year for 2023, they have, they're even brighter high beams. So you can have those on. If a car starts coming towards you, they're gonna automatically just go back to your regular lights. You can turn that off if you want, but I would typically always keep that on. Here's your auto traction control button. Your window, you've got a power window on the King Aire. Your air horn, on and off. I'm always gonna keep that on. And then we've got our battery boost. Battery boost is a super important button, so everyone needs to know about this. If you come back to your coach and your chassis batteries are dead, then you want to push that battery boost button to tie your chassis to your house batteries. Hopefully you'll get enough power to start your generator, let the generator run for a while, and then try to start your ignition. If you come back to your coach and your house batteries are dead, then you want to push the battery boost button, tie your chassis and your house batteries together. Hopefully you have enough power to start your ignition and then start to run your generator so you can start to charge those batteries. Definitely want to know where that is. Here's a button for your heavy tow. If you're towing something very heavy, you may want to put that on. And then we have our Kurt Spectrum brake. This is also for towing a very large trailer. And that's an optional feature that we've added to this coach. All right, just below those buttons, we've got the memory set. So this is great. You can set it for each driver. And probably the third setting I'd have is putting the seat in position so that you can easily turn it around. So I love that you have this option here. And then just to the left of that, we've got 2 USB charging ports. And just below that, we have a USB and auxiliary. Now this USB is important because there's a new feature for 2023. You have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I love that option personally because Google's constantly updating. I like to use their maps. You can also go to your app store and get another app called Copilot for RVs. That way you can put in your length and your width, and it's a really good app for driving an RV. So I like that they've finally given us that option on the coaches. And then we've got a nice storage area below there. So just be on my toes here, you can see that green little button. That's the Deutsch plug where a technician at National Indoor RV Centers can plug in and get diagnostics off the coach. All right, so now let's go over the controls here on the steering column. So right here we have our cruise control. So you just hit that button once for it to go on. Push in to set your speed, and then forward to resume. And then you can just turn it off when you're ready. This is also your turn signal, left and right. This is also your high beams. You can flash those if you need to. Then we've got this silver control right here, the lever. If you pull that out, those are your hazards. And to turn them off, you don't push it in like you think you would. You turn on the turn signal and it turns it off. All right, so the paddles here on the steering column are going to allow you to telescope the steering column, and then this will be able to help you move it forward and backwards till it's right where you want it. I like it to almost sit in my lap. So right here on the steering column, we can answer a phone call and hang up if we've Bluetooth our phone, paired it to the coach. Then we've got our windshield wiper fluid and our windshield wipers. This is where we can set our own unique time frame. And then this is just high and low. So if we want to do this, we hit it once, count 1 1000, 2 1000, hit it again, 1 1000, 2 1000, and now it's going to go at that interval until we turn it off, and then we can hit a high low here. So we have our horn in the center, And then just below that, we've got our high beams. We can flash those here. Now, those are going to be nice if you've got a trucker that's passing you at night. Once he's passed you, you want to let him know it's safe for him to move over into the right lane. So you just hit that once and he'll come over. Most likely he will flash his marker lights at you 3 times to say thank you. So you would do the same. If a trucker has allowed you to pass, you let him know, he lets you know that it's safe to pull in front of him, then you flash your markers 3 times. Just a courtesy thing. These are controls for your radio. This is the mute. So if all of a sudden you need to hear something quickly, you can just hit that mute button, and your seek buttons on your radio as well. This is how you control the information that you're seeing on the dash. You can go to the home screen, and then you can scroll through all the different information. So air leveling, I'm going to hit OK, and you can auto level. You can go high ride, low ride, more, and I'm just going to go back to auto level. If you just want to air level, if you're in a campground just for an evening, you may just want to auto level with air and not put your jacks down. You can hear the air releasing. And you can see it's leveled now. So I would just do that for like an overnight stay. Next we go to brightness, and you can just adjust the brightness on the screen. Then you can go to messages, no messages, settings. So you can go to your tire pressure monitoring setting. You can set up your tow vehicle here if you'd like. So you just click into it, and then you click the type of tow you're going to be towing behind you. Is it 2-wheel, 4-wheel, trailer, 6 wheels? Select it, and then that will be on the dash as well. Then you can go to your sounds. This is your sound for, you can adjust the sound level, your collision mitigation sound level here. Then you can go back. Units, that's simple. Your speed, miles or kilometers, temperature, pressure, PSI or kPa. Then you can go to comfort drive. Now this is how you can do it within the dash, but there's a quicker way that I'm going to show you in a second. So comfort drive, you can select that and then select your steering effort and lock that in. Service, there's no service reminders right now. Diagnostics, so you can scroll through that information. Configuration, so that's just, you can set your own password there. And then back to our trip settings. We just log in here, we can go through our trips, A and B. And then info, this is just quick information that you can scroll through, and you can customize what comes up on this screen. Then you've got your TPMS again, your adaptive cruise control. You can set the distance here, so you can scroll through it, disable it, long, medium, short, lock it in, and there you go. So this is a quick button or paddle, so you can get to your comfort drive. So you can just hit that while you're steering, while you're driving, and set that and just lock it in, and you're good to go. And this is your pedal control. So they go back and forward. I usually like to have mine all the way forward. So right now I'm in ignition mode. You can see that because it's a yellow light. I can just push this again. I'm going to turn everything off. Then to turn it on, I'm going to put my foot on the brake, hold the button down. When I have a solid green light, it will start. If I have a flashing green light, it won't start. But I can do the flashing green light, push it again, it will go into accessory mode. So it's very easy. I'm just going to go ahead and turn off everything now. Okay, now I'm going to put my foot on the brake, green button, hold it down. Coach will start, easy as that. Now to stop it, I'm just going to push the button and it will stop it. Now to go back into accessory mode, I'm going to push it one time. The green flashing light, I'm going to hit it again, yellow, and then full accessory mode, I hit it twice. and we're back to where we started. The fob has to be fairly close to the button when you're doing this. Like yesterday I had it in the tray here and I couldn't get anything but a flashing green light, so I wasn't able to start the coach. So just make sure it's in the near proximity of this when you're trying to start the coach. All right, let's go over everything on our beautiful display panels here. So we've got our main menu here, radio, media center, XM radio, Bluetooth, so we can pair our phone to the coach, HDMI, auxiliary, and then our camera control. Let's go there. So now we can see different views from all those cameras I showed you when I was outside. And then if I want to go to my favorite view, I'm going to go to this one right here with the circle around it. That's going to give me that 360 view plus my rear camera view. Then we've got our iPod. Now this is a new feature for 2023 that I'm super excited about. I mentioned below that when I had my phone plugged in to this USB port down by my left-hand side, that I can now go to Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. So I'm just going to press that. Now I've got my music up here. I can go to my maps, back to music, play a little song here, pause, make a phone call. Super easy. I love having that option on the display panel here. And then we've got our nav system that's built into the coach here, and Mobileye. So this is where I can go to settings. I can turn the system on or off. I can do the headway monitoring warning, and I can decide how far of a distance I want that warning, lane departure warning, and change my sensitivity or turn it off, and the speed limit warning. Do I want it when I'm going 15 miles over the speed limit, 10, 5, or 0? Here's the heat for the steering column. Then we have our front fan for the furnace below here, and we can do that for high or low. Then we have our overhead fans. We can turn those on, high, medium, or low. Our docking lights, courtesy lights, and then we can start the generator from right here. We can lock and unlock the entry door. We have our visor, which is the day shade next to the driver, our front day shade, our night shade on the windshield, and then our passenger side shade. Here's our HVAC override. So when I have this on, the passenger can be in charge of their side. So you can have a dual AC, which is great. I'm always cold, husband's always hot, so I love that we can control our own air. HVAC settings, just like in your car. We've got a nice little drawer here for miscellaneous items. Another drawer there. You may notice that this seat's a little bigger. We did go with the queen size seat, so you can see that easily I can have a furry friend sitting next to me in this seat. Then we have the exact same controls that we had on the driver's side seat. Over here we've got a little spot where I can put in this device here, so I can easily hold a my iPad, a tablet of some sort, and have that right here while I'm going down the road. So just nice that you can take that in and out, super easy. All right, so this is the little co-pilot helper here. So we've got the power on, and we can pull up the cameras. So I can see the same cameras that the driver's seeing. I can go back to the bird's eye view, just like the driver. I can dim it, brighten it, and a lot of the functions that are on the other display, I can do right here. So you can actually put in your address, be the co-pilot, see the cameras. It's a really nice feature to have this. Then just below this, we've got our cup holder. We've got our patio light, a white light or an amber light, our step cover, so that no one falls in the stairwell while you're traveling. Our visor, which is our day shade right here. So you can take that up or down as needed. We've got our map light here and our ceiling light. Wireless charging pad, and then my HVAC controls. And I have a 12-volt receptacle below. All right, so we're just about to hit the road in the King Aire. I know that I'm super excited to drive this luxury coach I feel sort of like boss babe when I get to drive the King Aire. It's a lot of fun and it's gorgeous and a great ride. So if it's your first time driving a Class A diesel, you'll be a little bit nervous because your front tires are behind you. So you actually have to put the nose of the coach out before you start that turn. So your turning point is the middle of the front axle. So you don't start the turn until you're at the middle of your front axle is at the turn. So it feels a little weird. The other thing is it feels like you're not going to fit in your lane, but as you can see, we absolutely do. Even this big King Aire. What happens is the further you look down the road, the easier it is to place yourself in the lane. And you always want to hug the left side of the lane that you are driving in. You have so many safety features on this coach. So you have the blind spot monitors, so you can have an indicator in the mirror when I've got someone to the side of me. And I also have the lane detection. So I get an audible alarm, plus I get a vibration in my chair when I'm going out of those lanes. So I can feel it, I can hear it, and it's going to keep me safe. We also have the on-guard collision mitigation system. So once I get up to speed here, I will turn on my cruise control, and my collision mitigation is monitoring how close those cars are getting to me in front of me. So I've got construction zone cones, big semis. Like I'm telling you, this is it. This is how you do it. You just make yourself do it. I know there's a lot of people that are nervous about driving, and if I can do it, anyone can do it. I remember the first time I went out my big, Class A diesel first trip, I was nervous about being in downtown Dallas and getting through morning traffic, so I had someone help me with that, and then I took over the wheel and I was like, oh, it's so loose, I'm nervous. And I realized it was just me that was nervous. You can see I've got big semis passing me and I don't even feel it, you guys. Again, I'm hugging that left side of the lane so that we both stay in our own sides and don't get near each other. And then soon I'm going to turn on my camera here so that you can see the bird's eye view. So now I've got that bird's eye view up. This is how I like it, no one around me. Now I can take my foot off the accelerator, literally just sit back and enjoy the ride. I love this. I love traveling this way. You get to sleep in your own bed. You get to make your own meals. You don't have to eat out every meal. It's fun to eat out once in a while, but boy, you can get tired of it. And you don't have to hassle with airports. It's a great way to see the country. Also, one of the safety features that's built in is Comfort Drive. So Comfort Drive is your computer-aided driving assist. And they've given us a new, easy way to get to it this year in the 2023. So it's just literally on this little paddle right here. I hit it, and then I can adjust it up and down, and then just lock it in. So I just changed my Comfort Drive. It literally took me seconds. The collision mitigation system working in front of me, watching the distance of the vehicles in front of me. Another word to the wise is you don't want to ever follow a semi-truck, cement truck, dump truck, anything of the, those big semis too closely, because if they throw a rock back at your windshield, it's such a bummer, because then you've got to replace a windshield. So I like to keep my distance so that doesn't happen. And then in the event that something like that does happen, or you get a little fender bender, we can take care of you at National Indoor RV Centers. We have the best paint and body crew, hands down. They will make your coach like new, or even better than new a lot of times. And our paint and body work is guaranteed for life. So no worries there. And a lot of times people don't know what to do. They get in an accident or something, they're like, where do I start? Just call us. Call us first. We'll help you with the insurance. We'll help you with the adjusters. We'll walk you through the whole process. We recently had, or about a year ago, I guess, RV Texas, y'all, Tom and Stacy, if y'all have ever watched or followed them, they had an accident, and they called us and they just said it was so easy, and we just took care of them. And really, that's what it's supposed to be. And that's what National's Indoor RV Center's whole motto is, to make RVing easy. So we have storage, we have service, wash and detail, paint and body. We offer extended service plans. We offer financing. Pretty much anything you need, we can take care of. So let us do that for you. So I always like to do the decibel reader when I do my test drives. So 62.1 is this King Aire, and I'm telling you, I think it's even more quiet than that. It's so quiet. This is a dream to drive. I mean, I'm in the beautiful desert of Las Vegas, and really, this is the best way to see the country. So what are you waiting for? Come to National Indoor RV Centers and come test drive one of our coaches today. Call our RV lifestyle specialists. We call them RV lifestyle specialists for a reason, because they're there to help you figure out and put you into the right coach. Listen to what you want and then give you options. We're here to help. You can do a custom order with us where you pick out exactly what you want, or you can see what we have on our lot. We are happy with either. So just let us know what your preference is, what your timeline is. Remember that we can do financing, we take in trades and consignments. Again, we just try to make it so easy. It should be an enjoyable experience. We know that people have saved a lifetime to, sometimes it's retire and go full-time, or it's retire and take longer extended trips and not have to worry about hotels. Or sometimes it's just the weekend voyagers. They want to go out and see what they can do on the weekends and do it in comfort and luxury. Thank you so much for joining me today as we toured the 4596 2023 Newmar King Aire. So I hope you love this floor plan as much as I do. I can't wait to see how popular it is this year. I'm sure you're wondering how much this gorgeous coach would cost you. Well, the current MSRP is $1,691,118. If you want to know what I can sell you this coach for, please give us a call at National Indoor RV Centers. Visit our website, nirvc.com. We make buying an RV super easy, very pleasurable. We want you to get exactly what you're looking for. So we do financing, we sell extended service plans. Basically, we do it all. And remember, with our volume and economies of scale, RVs simply cost less at National Indoor RV Centers. If you've enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it, please hit the like and subscribe. Also check out my retro band video, our Pro-Tang video, and of course our AIM Club, our all-inclusive motorhome club, aimclub.org. Thanks so much for joining me and have a wonderful day.